Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm just kind of doing my general weekly roundup on being a Gen X person trying to work towards financial freedom. So my usual off-the-cuff video. Right, so a few things have kind of come to mind in the last day or so since I did the last video, to be fair. The idea that discipline is freedom. Nope. You get freedom from discipline. Whichever way you look at it, you get freedom from discipline. And what I mean by that is I have so many frameworks and structures and philosophies that I could be using to move myself forward. And I do dabble a lot with different ones, but I know that if I am a bit more disciplined in how I approach some of these frameworks, I could be further along. You know, dabbling is great for getting a taste of something, but it doesn't actually fill you up if you're using a food or meal metaphor. So yes, you get your freedom from discipline. So I need a lot more discipline based on frameworks I already have. I don't need to find any new frameworks. I mean, the reality is we're always searching for something, but actually you've just got to unpeel the layers to see what you already have in front of you. So I think that's certainly something I am going to apply more, because I kind of feel that I am certainly moving forward in different parts of my world. I just need to be a bit more focused, a bit more intentional, and a bit more disciplined in how I do this. I've talked in the last few weeks about health, and nothing new to add there, except for the fact that I need to now apply myself in the gym and general health matters. So for now, no need to go to the doctor again, no need for more tests. That's done. It's now about applying myself in getting myself fit, which is great. On the side hustle front, I've actually started working on a few digital products. Digital products in and of themselves, I mean, there's kind of I wouldn't say no point in having them, but they have to be part of a bigger story. So the products, in my view, have to represent something that I want to be known for. And as I've said in previous videos, my background is in finance, my background is in career coaching, and so my products will be based on that. I have also mentioned in the past that I write on the platform Medium. Now, for those of you who don't know Medium, it's basically like Substack. If you don't know what Substack is, it's like Medium. It's basically a platform where you can blog, if you will. And my original usage of this platform was to monetize by getting people to go behind the paywall or pay to get behind the paywall, etc., etc. But I'm realizing, since there's been some shifts in the way the platform operates, for whatever reason, the monetization for most writers seems to have just gone out the window. So you can't monetize that way. But what you can do is just use it as a simple blog, whereby rather than setting up your own site, you can just write on this site, which hopefully will have a higher ranking on Google than your own mini blog would have, and have links to, in my case, at some point my digital products, but also to affiliate links to different ways in which people can engage with you, to consult and so on. So that's something I've thought about over the last week or two in terms of how to use this resource that I already have. I already have a readership there, so why not do that rather than try to start something afresh on my own blog. And over time I can hopefully have a two-way dynamic with this YouTube channel as well, whereby I send YouTube viewers to Medium and Medium to YouTube. That's kind of how I'm looking at this. So yeah, and again, it's one of those this is going to take a long time to actually come to fruition in terms of bigger monetization. But I know that I am going in a direction. I think that's the key. Go in a direction, keep trying things, and at some point, if it does not work, then pivot to something else. Yes, but also, understand that in order to know why it isn't working, I need to look at data, I need to look at trends, I need to understand how the market is operating at any one time. So be willing to change my approach based on what I pick up elsewhere. And that's really the way I'm looking at this. This is still very changeable, but ultimately there's got to be action. If there's no action, I'm not going to get anywhere. So that's really my main observations. Oh, and another thing, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and it was talking about entrepreneurship, etc. And one of the things it said was there has been research, and to be fair, I have not looked for this research, so take it with a pinch of salt, call it what you will. But there's been research that says that successful entrepreneurs have a hobby. And this research was done by whatever university. It studied it studied a group of entrepreneurs, and those who were more successful tended to have a hobby. And I've said in the past on this channel, I don't really have any hobbies. And so I need to certainly correct that and address that. And those who are even more successful in their entrepreneurial efforts had creative hobbies. So, writing, painting, and so on. At the moment, I'm not looking at Medium in that context in terms of a creative outlet per se, although maybe I should do. But it's important to have a more rounded life than just focusing on the grind, on the hustle, on making money. Because again, life has to be more than just that. And I think a lot of people get lost in this idea that, money will make them happy. Money can certainly alleviate, existing pain, alleviate certain circumstances, but actual fulfillment in life, actual happiness requires a bigger picture dynamic. What that money does in the context of your friends and family, what that money does in the context of your community, what it does for the world, and things like that. So it's not going to be just about money. It has to be about how you exist in this world, how you turn up. Anyway, so that's really me for today. I have all these ideas I need to mention in future videos, and I do want to talk about how I have made money in certain areas before on my videos. I just haven't kind of sat down and scripted how I'm going to talk about them. But for now, that's it today. I've got a lot to do today work-wise. So, cool. Bye for now.